Is the Moonshiner horse the new best roll horse in the game? Stick around as we do a full breakdown on the Norfolk Roadster. Howdy Cowpoke, AustinBMX here, and Happy New Year! First off, for all the support on the channel in 2019, we got some amazing plans coming up next year. Appreciate all the support on the STACHE PACK community and all you guys out there. Today we're going to be talking about horses. Very touchy subject in Red Dead Online, but it shouldn't be. We had a few videos on the roll horses and for the trader, collector, bounty hunter. Give my personal opinion on each. I've also laid out info on why the horse is not the only factor in the game, and the equipment is just as important in my El Cheapo video. Both of those videos will be linked in the description below. Make sure to check them out. But right now we're talking about the new Moonshiner roll horse, the Norfolk Roadster. Even the name sounds badass. I was skeptical at first because, for one, I was not expecting another roll horse, as quite frankly, there's already a lot in the game. You don't really differ too much between them. But I think I'm starting to like the Roadster though, and we will get into why in this video. First off, I wanted to say that my opinions in this video are exactly that, my opinions, and reflect my personal experience with both the Roadster and the other roll horses, because I'm comparing them to one another. I also wanted to state that I think all the roll horses are great, even the lower level ones. Reason is because they all have 0 character level rank unlocks. I mean, I didn't even buy a new horse in the game until I was at least ranked 60, and now brand new players have a pretty good chance to get a great decent horse right when they start, as long as they have one of the rolls. For instance, my daughter just started playing the game and she's maybe like ranked 15. Complaining about her horse, like always at the beginning, you know, the one you steal from Clay or for Clay, and then he ends up giving it to you, and then says come back and help him do some more jobs, but that's a whole nother video we need to get into because I don't know why Clay's not in the game. Well, rank 15, she was able to become a collector because that's the greatest way to make money and XP for new players. After a couple of trader missions she did with the great old Dakota River 7, she had cash to buy the Criolla, and even at the base level, it's 10 times better than the beginner horse. One thing I fought for months back in the beta days. So if you're new to the game and have purchased a roll, I highly recommend getting one of the roll horses, especially if you are still riding a Morgan. Alright, back to the Roadster. First off, we will be reviewing the full rank 20 Roadster and fully bonded. The first thing that catches your eye is the speed and acceleration. It has the same stats as the Criollo, and with the Nacogdoches saddle can obtain a full speed of 10. So that's a huge plus. When you compare it to the Criollo, and the only thing lacking is the health, and that is the biggest downfall of the Roadster, is its health. Although they're not terrible, and if you're not running off cliffs and actually feeding your horse, you should be okay. As far as the stamina goes, the Roadster is one of the best in the game and an almost full stamina bar. The same as the Criollo and just a smudge less than the Breton and the Clodruber. Even with a standard saddle, you should be able to ride quite a while. And with the Moonshiner saddle, which we're using in gameplay right here, you shouldn't have to worry about it much at all. But as always, get the Nacogdoches saddle when you can. Don't have to worry about stamina ever. Even on the cheapest horse in the game, I have 0 issues. So moving beyond stats, what is great and what is not about the Roadster? The Norfolk Roadster is starting to become my favorite roll horse. It has the best speed and acceleration, just like the Criollo, and it does pretty good against predators in my experience. It also stays pretty well where you leave it. I've had him run off a bit if you are right in the middle of a gunfight, but he comes right back after one whistle. But hands down, my favorite attribute of the Roadster is the same as the Breton, and it actually made it my favorite. It's the ability to run through trees and bounce off of mild bumps without throwing you. The Breton excelled at this, and the Roadster seems to have the same ability. Taking that into consideration and the fact that it's a bit faster than Breton, with the possibility of a speed of 10, and taller so it can jump and recover from said jump quicker, I would say that the Norfolk Roadster is my #1 as far as the roll horses go. Now of course this is my own opinion from my experiences. You may have a different one, that's okay. As you all know, I promote getting the horse you want, the horse you like, and get the right equipment, and you are set in the game for most all activities and having fun, which is what we're all here about on the channel anyway. So make sure to let us know down in the comments if you've purchased the Roadster and if you're enjoying it. I most definitely have. Well, Cowpoke, I hope you liked this video and got some insight on the new Moonshiner horse. If you did, make sure to smash the like button. If you're new around here, consider subscribing to the channel for more Red Dead Online content, including tips and tricks, news updates, gameplay, just good old-fashioned fun. Hope to see you on the prairie sometime, but until then, see you later.